Welcome to Astro News for the month of December 2021. We made it to the end of the year, folks, and we're finally reveling in a new year. And we pray that this new year brings us lots of prosperity, which I think you'll like the news on Astro News this month. So let's get started with our different signs, and we're going to go through these different signs, and then we will have mini readings. All right. Let's start with Capricorn. The big news this month is that the full moon, and the new moon rather, is on the 4th of this month. So that will be occurring on the 4th, and that will be in Sag and opposing Geminis. So you can get a lot of experience with that full moon. That's going to be a powerful full moon, and it's going to affect the Capricorns and the Geminis the most, although everybody's affected by a new moon. And it not that it's a new moon, but it's an eclipse, and that makes things a lot deeper. It brings you to a crossroad. If your birthday happens to be hello there. Hi, Katie. Welcome, Katie. Welcome, Kathy. Aho, our little Pisces and Capricorns are here. All right. I was saying that we're having a new moon, and it's going to be a solar eclipse on the 4th of this month. So we kind of just come very, very, very fast into this month with a blast. So we're starting with Capricorns for Kathy. Hello. Hi, Linda. Glad you could come. Glad you could come to the group. Yes, the sun will be in Sag for the whole world, but for the Capricorn, the new moon eclipse on that 4th, that is generating, well, they say that new moon eclipses are like new moon on steroids. So it's a very powerful, powerful thing. So that we're going to be displayed with on the 4th. I hope some of us can get some pictures. Hi there. Glad you all could make it. Aho, namaste. All right, so that for the Capricorn, that new that sun and the new moon eclipse and Mars will all be in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is friendly, outgoing. Hi there. Aho, Kathy. Sagittarius is friendly and outgoing, and it's about travel. So you're going to see, hi Eileen, good to see you. Aho. You're going to see that mood change now rapidly from a somber, hibernating kind of energy to actually a more friendly attitude. You're going to see that change because everything's going into Sag. Now, for the Capricorns, that means that everything is going to go in your 12th house. And 12th house is... I want to be alone. It's like the Capricorn would, they're pretty hibernating anyway, but the Capricorn is going to, be in the 12th house, and that's like, I would rather do my stuff alone, or it's getting you prepared for when everything goes into Capricorn next month, that any goals or things that you're taking care of ahead of time, you're going to bring that to the surface. So everything will be in the 12th house activity. Your hopes and dreams for the future will be realized during that time. And maybe you want to do more meditation, more inner work, that type of thing. Maybe you want to, meditate more, or get readings or study in the celestial areas. So now Venus is a creative planet. It's the love planet, and it's for money. So for the Capricorn, the Venus is going to be in your 1st house. That's the house of your body and mind and persona, who you are. So you could feel like you want to change your dresses or clothes. You may go through your closet and yank a lot out, and then decide that you want to go shopping. So it's about appearance too. So the Capricorn may want to change their appearance during this time. Now, just like Mercury retros, you've always heard about that. Well, Venus retros too. All the planets do. And Venus is going to retrograde. That means going backwards on December 9th through January 29th. Now, that will really test your relationships. And that could test you in the financial area too. So that's going to test. And if your relationship is kind of on the dregs anyway, it won't last. But if it's pretty sturdy and strong, you might go through some, discussions or evaluations or reviews on your love interests, but it should survive. Now, your ruler, Capricorn, is Saturn, and that's in Aquarius now. It has one more year to go in Aquarius. And good to see you too. Hi, Jean. Hi, Jennifer. How you doing? Aho. And that ruler for the Capricorn is going to be in your second house of money. Now, whenever Saturn is in a sign, it limits. So your financial situation may be a little limited in the next month. But it should come back in January. And Jupiter goes into Pisces. That's the other big news that we have. Jupiter will be going into Pisces. And for the Capricorn, that will be in the third house. So that means that you could make money during marketing. You could make money in your environment. It incorporates the siblings. So you might be wanting to work with your brothers and sisters. Pisces is a money house, so the whole world is going to prosper with money. But for the Capricorn, it will be in your third house. And that's the lower mind too, and in the environment. So you might, be looking for a job nearby home, and that could mean that also. All right, Aquarius. In Aquarius rising, your ruler is Uranus, and Uranus right now is transiting in Taurus. That's the home and family. That means a lot of surprises. Just looking here. Hi, Kasam. Hello. Yeah, I'm just looking at... Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. Yeah, you didn't think you could make it, did you? Oh, there you're here. All right. Okay, the sun in Sag is for the Aquarian. I don't know if we have any Aquarius here, but the sun is in Sag for the whole world. For the Aquarius, it will be in your 11th house. So will that solar new moon on the 4th. That's a powerful new moon. It's like a new moon on steroids. And so will be Mars. That's a hefty teamwork in Sag. That's going to be for the whole world. But for the Aquarian, that will all combust in your 11th house. 11th house is about friendships, travel. It's about community affairs, your hopes, wishes, and dreams for the future. So that's really going to be good for and boost all of that. The 11th house is any communal situation. You might be collecting food for a community thing for the holidays. It could be that. But the Venus, which is the love planet, and everybody wants to know most about Venus all the time, where Venus is placed, it's in Capricorn for until March 1st. That's a long time for Venus to be in one sign. But Venus is going to go backwards in retro, just like Mercury does, from 1219 to 129. January 29th. So that's going to be a long retrograde, and that's going to test your relationships and test the money house. So for the Aquarian, that's going to hit you in your 12th house of shadow. That's a shadow house. I want to be alone. So you could, you could meet a love if you don't have one by yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a group situation. Or you could, be very creative on your own. Or you might be playing the stock market or something like that on your own. But it would be a way of making money by yourself too. And Jupiter, which is the other biggie news, is Jupiter is going into Pisces for the whole world, January to June of next year, and that's going to ease up with prosperity, thank God. But for the Aquarian, that's going to be in your first house of body, mind, and spirit, and your personality. You might want to go out and buy essential things for your persona, like a new wardrobe or change your appearance, something like that. But it certainly could be done. So that will be for the Aquarian. All right, Pisces and Pisces rising. Everything is in Sag. Right now, the sun is in Sag until December 21st. So that puts a spotlight on Sagittarius things like travel and friendship and money. And so is that solar eclipse on the 4th. That's like a new moon on steroids, very powerful. That is in effect for the next 6 weeks to 6 months. And if your birthday is December 3rd to 6th, you will be very impacted if you have any planets on those degrees. Plus, if your birthday is June 3rd to 6th, you will be impacted too. I think for Kathy, your PJ will be affected by that solar eclipse new moon. And that's going to be in Sag. So that could ensure more friendships, more group, more social affairs, more golf, anything like that. And Mars will be in the 10th house. So everything is going to be in the 10th house for the Piscean. And the 10th house is about business. This is what the month is going to incorporate for you. It will be for business, the way you look to the world, your career, your status in life. It could change that. So that ambitious Mars, that solar eclipse on the 4th, and that sun is really going to enhance and feature in the 10th house. Now, the Venus, which everybody wants to know about, is the love planet, and that's going to affect your money, your creativity, and your love life. For the Piscean, that will be in your 11th house. 11th house is all about friendships, groups, communal situations, community. It's also your hopes, wishes, and dreams for the future. So that could certainly bring in a love affair if you don't have a honey with friends. You could be out with friends and meet somebody this month. And that's going to go on until March 1st. So we have a long time with Venus and Capricorn. And that really means a very earthy love. It's not a skyrocket love. It's very down to earth, very base-natured. It's just very earthy for every sign, actually. But the Venus in Capricorn for the Pisces will be in the 11th house, and you might be very creative in a group form, because the 11th house is all about groups. It will go in retrograde December 19th through the 29th of January. So that retrograde is a long one, but it tests relationships and it tests money situations. So if you're not in a great relationship, it will probably end it. But if you're not in a relationship, you certainly could begin one and get better. All right. And that Jupiter, the other thing about Jupiter is that it's going to go into Pisces. So Pisces, hey, that's your sign, right? So that's going to be in your first house. And that first house is about yourself, the body. Hi, Rita. Glad you could make it. That first house is going to bring you good luck in your personal way. Again, you could want to go out and buy a new wardrobe with Jupiter there. Pisces is about money anyway. So that's going to really enhance, that status for you with Jupiter. Jupiter is good luck. And it only goes into that sign every 12 years. So the Piscean has waited this long, 12 years, for it to do that. So that's going to be a really, really good situation, not only for the Piscean, but especially the Virgos, but for all of us signs. Jupiter is going to enhance money situations all around the world between January to June of 2022. So that's a very important thing we all could do with more money, I'm sure. All right, Aries and Aries rising. The sun, your solar eclipse, new moon on the 4th, and the Mars that started on January, that will go into Sag till January 24th. All of that is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius means friendships, groups. You can even feel the emotion and the mood changing now in December. It was in solemn, hibernating Scorpio, and now you can see that it's, changing the timbre, and it's you're starting to feel more alive, more let's go out and shop, let's have some lunch with our friends. You can really feel the energy changing now that it's going into Sagittarius, as it does every time this year. All right, so for the Arians, all the action this month in December is going to be in your 9th house. And your 9th house is about publishing, long-distance travel, long-distance relationships. It will be the higher mind, higher philosophy. So that's what your month is going to entail. And then on the 21st, it changes. The sun will then go into Capricorn, but we won't worry about that till next month. So the other big thing is that where is Venus? We always want to know where Venus is. Venus is in Capricorn, so that assures you a very earthy, grounded, sensual love. Nothing skyrocketing, but very, very earthy. And it's in the Arian's 10th house. And the 10th house is about career, your status in life. It's also about who you are to the world. So you could make a lot of money in your career this month for the Arian. And you could also meet somebody in the career sector also. So that'll be very, very good. It could be too that you become very creative, or you're put in a very creative business sector in your career. Maybe they put you in marketing, or they decide that you're a good promoter or marketer. So, that could also be also. So this month for you is all about the 9th house of long distance affairs, travel, publishing. And that Jupiter in Pisces, that is going to assure you abundance and money, is going into your 12th house from January to June. The 12th house is I want to be alone. It's a shadow house. So you might be wanting to make your money by yourself. Like a lot of people now are doing the stock market, and they're doing a lot of finances online. Maybe you go into that, or maybe you just decide that you want to go into your own business. That could very much be it for Jupiter. But Jupiter is good luck, and I would say for all signs this year, this coming year, don't let that opportunity leave you. Don't waste it. From January to June, you want to play the Powerball. If there is a casino nearby, I'm not saying dump all your savings into it, but you want to do things that enhance this wonderful Jupiter in Pisces, because we only get that every 12 years. So you really, really want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. All right, Taurus and Taurus rising, your ruler is Venus. Same with Libra. So the Sun in Sag, that solar eclipse on the 4th in Sag, and Mars in Sag, all really powerhousing Sagittarius. And this eclipse, by the way, for the Sagittarian is the last eclipse that they've had all their eclipses, solar and lunar, in Sag in the last 2 years. So they're finally finishing up. So I would say the Sagittarians and the Geminis have really changed your lives with all these lunar and solar eclipses that have been going on for the last 2 years. All right. Now, where is Venus? The 8th house will be where the Taurian is going to spend most of their time this month. 8th house is all about new beginnings and endings. You could be ending something in order to start something new. I know a Taurian right now that ended his job to go back to school. So that's a ending and a new beginning. It could also be in relationships too. You might end something in order to begin another relationship. So all your action really is going to be in that 8th house sector, and that's also about banking, real estate, anything joint affairs. If you're in a business with somebody else, you'll be jointly sharing money with them. It's about sharing money, really. So even if you're in a marriage, you might start doing a college fund for your kids or something like that. The Venus in Capricorn is a very earthy love, very financially earthy based, and it's going to be in your 9th house, Taurus. And 9th house is about publishing, long distance affairs, travel, long distance, high-minded philosophy. And that means that you could actually meet somebody if you don't have a relationship. You could meet somebody from afar, from a distance. Hi, Muddy. Aho. Welcome. So that Venus could actually bring in a new love for you from a distance this month. Or maybe you're regularly speaking to somebody on the computer. That could be too. But that ninth house for money could be also long distance financial. So you could be, again, playing the stock market, or you could be doing the commodities around the world, investing in finances around the world. That could be, you could be publishing a book. That could be a likelihood. Hello, Teresa. All right. Yeah, we haven't gotten to Libra yet, Teresa, but we're getting there. The Jupiter is good luck. It'll be in Pisces, as I've explained, for the whole world. But for the Taurus, it's going to be in your 11th house of friends and travel. That's where you might be putting your money. You might decide that you've worked too hard during the pandemic, as we all have. So you will maybe be buying a ticket to another country, or possibly traveling finally. That would be great. So again, we've waited 12 years for Jupiter to get into Pisces and opposing Virgo, so we don't want to waste that. So play the Powerball. And like I say, for the Taurian, that will be in your 12th house, doing things alone. All right, I'm sorry, that will be in your 9th house. Okay, Gemini and Gemini rising, you're ruled by Mercury. Have you ever seen how Geminis just love to talk, 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 talk? They're called the magpies uh, of the solar system. But the Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so their mind just never stops. They're always thinking of new things to do. So at any rate, for the Gemini and Gemini rising, if you have the rising sign of Gemini, the sun is in Sag for the whole world. That's friendships and love and travel and community processing. Your solar eclipse on the 4th also. Hi, Jess. I'm glad you could come. I'm sorry, the solar eclipse and also Mars. Mars is ambitious. That's the planet of drive. And that is in your, for the Gemini and Gemini rising, that's going to be in your 7th house of partnerships. So I would think that you would be partnering a lot with your friends, doing travel with your partner, doing things like that. It will bring all of that. It's hopes, wishes, and dreams for the future too. So that's going to light up that Sag. It's all about Sag, really, is that 11th house. So you're going to light up the skies with your partnership house. And that's great. Now, where is Venus for the Gemini? Venus is in your 8th house of joint resources. So you may be starting a business with somebody, with a partnership. You might be finding a love at a bank or through real estate. That could possibly be too. And it's going to retro 12/19 to January 29th. It will go backwards and test everybody's relationships and everybody's financial situation. So during that retrograde, if you're not in such a hot relationship, it could dismantle it completely. If you are in a very sturdy relationship, it could make it better. But you will be evaluating that relationship. All right, that Jupiter, which is good luck, and everyone wants to know where that is too. Jupiter goes into Pisces for the whole world. That's about money and financial situations. It's also very charitable. You might feel like you came into money and you want to give to your favorite charity. That's possible. But for the Gemini, it's going to be in your 10th house of business, career, and where you are in the world, who you are in the world, your status. So it's going to enhance that between January and June. So that would be very, very good for the Geminis of the world. Cancer and Cancer rising, your sun, that solar eclipse on the 4th, and also Mars is all in Sag, and that is powerhousing up Sagittarius, which is all about travel and friendships and communal affairs. So for the Cancer and Cancer rising, that's going to be in your 6th house. And your 6th house is all about career, your health, woman's health especially. And it's also about your everyday affairs. So that is what the feature will be in December for the Cancer. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. So that's a lot of powerhouse in your career especially. That should really, really give you a boost with career goals and things that you want to do around the career. It will also highlight, again, your health, especially women's health. Where's that Venus for the Cancer? That Venus, which is creativity, love, and money, is in the 7th house of partnership. So if you're with a friend right now, you might decide to get married. You might get a proposal. That would be great. It would be all about partnership. So even if you partner with a business partner, that will be just nice too. You know, that would be a partnership also. Now it's going to retro, like going backwards, like we always get Mercury going backwards. It's going to go backwards January 29th till January 29th, and it actually ends on March 1st. That's a very long stay for Venus in Capricorn. So the Capricorns and Cancers are really going to enjoy that Venus in Capricorn as it opposes Cancer, especially going to be affected, but the whole world will be affected too. It just means a very earthy, down-to-earth love that can be brought into your life actually this month. But for the Cancer, it would mean a proposal or talking about marriage, or if you are already married, it will enhance that marriage for you or that partnership for you. And Jupiter, the good luck planet, is in Pisces for the whole world. However, that's about money and charitable situations, and that will be in the Cancer's 9th house of long distance travel. You probably will want to put your money down on travel with your partner. It could be that you do get married and you're honeymooning. It's all about travel. And Jupiter is the planet for travel and good luck. So I would say that that's pretty apropos. I would venture to guess that a lot of Cancers are probably getting married and going on honeymoons. That's what I would think. But good for them. Leo and Leo rising. I think Rita, you're Leo. The Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun means men. So, a lot of men who are Leos tend to be a little egotistical. But women that are Leos tend to be very attractive to men. They usually have a lot of men in their lives. Now, the sun will be in Sag. Sag, again, is friendly and travel and all about communal affairs. So for the month, your sun, the Mars, which is the driving planet, your ambition, where you want to put your ambition, and also that lunar new moon eclipse, which is very powerful on the 4th, all hitting in Sag, is going to be in your 5th house of love and romance. So I would get out and about this month. I bet you like that, Rita. I would get out and about if you're single. And it's love and romance, children, fun, amusement. It's partying, it's recreation, it's sports. So yeah, you could have all of that going on this month. And in Sag, that's about friends and travel. So if any of you Leos are traveling, you could meet somebody if you're single on travel, or you could meet in a group situation with friends. So you don't want to ignore those opportunities as they come up. If you're already in a partnership as a Leo, then your partnership is going to get enhanced with all of this in the 5th house. And you'll probably end up doing more with your partner. All right, where is that Venus for that Leo? Okay, Venus is in Capricorn, very, very earthy love for the whole world. But it's in the 6th house of a career and everyday occurrence and women's health or health matters. So you could meet somebody in just your everyday situation. Love could come in your career. That's a group situation too, so it coincides with Sag. And it's going to retrograde December 19th to January 29th. So if you are in a relationship and it's going to be tested, if you're not in a relationship, you could very well meet somebody at that time. Jupiter, the good luck planet, is about travel and money and all good things. That's going to be in Pisces for the world. But for the Leo, it will be in your 8th house of real estate, banking, joint affairs, joint situations. You could meet somebody and, suddenly think about putting your money together in a situation, maybe a business. or maybe you decide to move in together. That could be possible. But Jupiter will be in Pisces in the 8th, so anything you do with real estate or banking or anything like that, joint resources with a partner, should be very, very favorable for you between January and June of next year. All right, Virgo and Virgo rising. The Sun, the solar eclipse on the 4th, and Mars, which is a bit ambitious planet, is all in Sag. And it's just powerhousing the sky in Sagittarius, which is always normal this time of the year. And the mood should be friendly, cheery, Christmassy, as it is every year. And for the Virgo and Virgo rising, you are going to feel that most in your 4th house. 4th house is about family in the home. It also dictates real estate. Maybe you want to get your home remodeled during the holiday, or maybe you're remodeling it now for the holidays for your guests to come in and see. So that's all that's featured this month is going to be your 4th house sector, what I just explained. Now, Venus for the Virgo. Virgo, by the way, is ruled by Mercury, co-rules with Gemini, so they're always analyzing to death too, just like the Geminis. Your Venus is going to be in Capricorn, so it's a very earthy love, down to earth. You're not going to be shot to the moon with any love situation up until March 1st, but it's going to be in your 5th house of love, romance, children, friendship, sports, amusement, recreation, all that good stuff. That is really a happy, happy house for the Virgo finally. You could possibly have a love affair this month. And being in the 5th house, you could be with your child when you meet the person, or you could be doing a children's type of activity when you meet this person. It's going to be very creative. You'll probably want to get into your home and do some last minute decorations or renovations. It's going to be like that. And Jupiter, which is the good luck planet, is going to be in Pisces for the world. That's all about money and economics and abundance, finally. And that will be in your 7th house, Virgo, of partnerships. So you could actually meet somebody and do a very quickie marriage. I mean, I've seen people do that, fall in love and suddenly get married the next month. And this will bring you, that 7th house sector is from January to June of next year. So it is very possible you could meet somebody with Venus in Capricorn in the 5th and decide that this is your forever person. In the 7th, Jupiter is very good. You would go on a lot of travel with your honey, and you would have a lot of economic wonderfulness with your partner. You could also start a partnership in business and do very well between January and June. So for the Virgo, finally, they're coming into a very romantic state. I haven't seen that for at least a year. So this is a good time for the Virgo, finally. And the Leo. It's a good time for the Leo, too. You had the 5th house going on. All right, Libra and Libra rising. I think Teresa was interested in this. The Sun, the solar eclipse on the 4th, the powerhouse solar eclipse in Sag, and also Mars is all in Sag. That's a lot of power in Sagittarius. So that will mean friendships, groups, gatherings, travel, being with friends, and that all your action for the Libra is going to take place in your 3rd house. That could be siblings, family. It would be environment, your environment, staying close to home. It would be siblings, dealing with siblings in some way. So that's a lot of what December will feature for the Libra. And the Libra is ruled by Venus. It owns not only Libra, but Venus owns Taurus also. So that's what's going to be featured, is that third house sector for December. And Venus, which is in Capricorn, a very grounded love, very honest, down to earth love, will be in your fourth house of family and home. So you could actually meet somebody if you don't know, if you don't have a love right now, you could meet them in a family gathering or with friends, in a family group or dynamic. It might be through the holidays that you could meet a love. If you are with a partnership, it would be more family stuff going on. That's kind of a duh for holiday, right? But that's what it is. Now that Venus is going to retro, like I said, on December 19th, going backwards, and it's going to end on March 1st. That's, like I say, a long endurance for Venus in Capricorn. So the Capricorns and Cancers will luck out with that better money and better love. But the Libra isn't going to do so badly because it's in that fourth house. And that could bring in a love through family and friends in the home. Or it could be the Uber driver that drives up to your door. It might be the heater man that comes and checks your furnace. You never know. I've seen it happen with all different types of situations. The Jupiter, which is good luck and brings in money, will be in Pisces from January to June. And for the Libra, it's going to hit you in your sixth house. Sixth house is career and woman's health, and also your everyday occurrence. So that Jupiter, I would be playing the Powerball with that myself, because that's going to hit you. Oh, good, money, you're a Libra too, yay. I would be playing the Powerball for that whole endurance of that event, because January to June, you're going to have it, like I say, again, in your sixth house, and that's everyday affairs. So if you go to the 7-Eleven and decide to play the Powerball, that's exactly what could happen. You could win. So that would be pretty good. So like I say, everything looks to me like it will be in your third house, really, for the month of December. Scorpio and Scorpio rising, you're ruled by Pluto, and that's a hard ruler to have until you get older. Then you mellow out with Pluto. But the sun, the solar, oh, that's okay, Muddy. Yeah, you have rising, so that affects you just as well. The rising, if you have a Libra rising or whatever sign you have rising, it will affect you just as well. So for the Scorpio, you're ruled by Pluto, your sun, your solar eclipse on the 4th, and in Sag, and Mars in Sag this month is all going to feature the second house for you. And the second house is all about money. It's all about your finances, the money you desire to have, put out for more money, you will get it. It's all about, thank you for the hearts. It's all about money and finances. And then on December 21st, it will go into your first house. So you could be saving up for something, and then when it switches to Capricorn on the 21st this month, then it would show you what you've saved up for. So you might just be putting some money away, and then when it goes into Capricorn, you'll see what goal that God had for you with saved money. The Venus in Capricorn, opposing Cancer, will be in there until March 1st. Now for the Scorpio, that is going to hit in your 4th house of family and home. So you could find love in your family or on a family situation. You could meet a love in a real estate class or a real estate situation. It's family and home. So maybe one of your siblings brings in a partner that you have never met before, and you suddenly realize that that's the one. You never know what Venus is going to do, but it's also very creative, very creative. So you may just be in your home and maybe wanting to paint the walls, get your home reinvented in some way and renovated. I know a Scorpio right now that's doing just that. She's just going through every room and throwing away, and that's very Plutonian, to start throwing away stuff, getting rid of. The Jupiter in Pisces, which is good luck, will be in the Scorpio's 5th house of love and romance. That's going to be intact from the 1st of January to June. And that's a long run for Jupiter, but we had some of it in May and June of this year. So if you think back of maybe what that was doing for you, you know, you can look back in May and June and look, because we had that preview, remember, of Pisces, Jupiter and Pisces. So the 5th house is about love affairs, recreation, children, sports, amusement, you know, that kind of thing. It's happy. It's a happy house. So that should be very, very good for the Scorpios. All right, and Sag rising. Now, what is in Sag that we've been going over this whole evening? We have the sun. We have the big solar eclipse new moon in Sag on the 4th. And we also have Mars, which is our planet of ambition and drive. Can't get it out. That's all in Sag. So Sagittarians, you really are winning this month with all that power. Woo! That's a lot of power. And that eclipse will be your last eclipse of 2 years. You've been having solar and lunar eclipse for the last 2 years in your sign. You finally come to an ending, and you can look and see how your life will change in the next 6 weeks to 6 months. So that's how far it goes. It can change your life. This eclipse on the 4th will be very powerful. And if you have a birthday in Sag between December 3rd to December 6th, and if you're a Gemini with a birthday between June 3rd and June 6th, you will be impacted greatly by the eclipse. And the eclipse usually gives you something or takes something away that you don't need any longer. All right, where is that Venus for the Sag? As if you don't have all that good luck already. I wish I was a Sag right now. I have to wait another month for the Capricorns. So does Kathy. The Venus will be in your 3rd house, Sagittarius. It's in Capricorn. So it's an earthy love. It brings in an earthy love. And if you have a love already, it should just feel very at home and earthy and down to earth. But for the Sag, it will be in your 3rd house of environment, where you live, brothers and sisters. You might be visiting with your brothers and sisters for the holidays. That could be possible. You might be going into some kind of money situation with your siblings or a partnership. Or you could be very creative with siblings. But it's also environment. So if you don't have a love, you could very well meet somebody this month in your environment. Now, where is that Jupiter? Again, as if Sag doesn't have enough luck already this month. That's going to be in, the Jupiter is going to be in Pisces for the whole world. Jupiter is good luck. It's the good luck planet for everybody. And for the Sag, it's going to be in your 4th house, a family and home. You could be playing bingo with your family or some kind of gambling with your family and win. You could be going on traveling with your family. You could be putting in a pool. Remember, it's going to be from January to June of next year. So that's 6 months of good luck in Pisces. Money, 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 money in Sag. So it might be that all the Sagittarians go the hell with the pandemic. I'm going to travel. And I'll bet that's exactly what the Sagittarians are going to do. So that about ends our transits for this month. And now we can get into some readings. I have to put my glasses on to see. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Well, you want to ask that, Teresa? You want to see if you're coming into money? Let's throw that for Teresa. How is Teresa coming into money? Okay. These are the cards that I've picked for Teresa. Now that's at a distance, Teresa. That's making money at a distance. So you may want to do the publishing clearinghouse or something like that. That's at a distance. You might want to invest some money somehow. You know, it could be also, I don't know if you're writing a book or not, but that would be publishing a book. So any of those situations, but I would definitely invest in some money. Okay, let's see who else has a question. Okay. Let's see. Chris.
Cyber Monday event has arrived, and it's the perfect time to step up your creativity. The incredible savings.
Okay.
Dell's biggest sale of the year. Get more into what you're into with the latest XPS and aiming resistance.
I'm sorry but the way they do the questions, it's very, very hard. Let's see, I see a couple of you have questions. It's just not getting to them. Okay, Jennifer, I hope good luck is coming for me. The last few weeks have been very hard. How do I find my balance? Okay. All righty. You've got this one. You've got this one. And you've got this one, Jennifer. Oops, I don't know if you can see that one. Maybe if I hold it a little farther. Okay, you're a Sag, aren't you, Jennifer? You're a Sag, so you're going to get a lot off this eclipse, and that's going to be intact for you between January, between the next 6 weeks to the next 6 months. So that's going to be really, really good for you, and these cards indicate that you're going to do very well in a work situation and also in a group situation. It shows a social meeting in a group situation. So maybe you're, you know, what you consider bad luck is, you know, finally coming to an end. I certainly hope so. And that's what it would mean is really good luck in your work and also a social situation. So I would say, you know, take any invitations as you get them. And I think with this powerhouse that's happening with Mars and the Sun, and also the new moon eclipse. That's going to be very powerful for you. Hi, Nicole. Glad to see you. Ashe. Okay. How is my dad doing? Okay, let's see. Okay, Jen's also asking about her dad. Let me see what I get. He is with your mom. I see him definitely with your mom giving me the okay. However, he's right about to go into the life review. So he will be entering that very, very shortly. I think he wanted to make sure everything was okay with his family before he entered that review. But he did make it, and he's with your mom. Okay. It's very hard to get these questions. Wondering if the home I'm in is meant to be in will appear this month. Okay, I think that's let's see, it flipped again. That's Katie, I think. Okay. All right, Katie, your card is this one, and this one. These are the Celtic cards, by the way. They're Irish cards. Okay, so that indicates that it's a 2 to a 4, 2 to 4 weeks, 2 to 4 months for the new home. In fact, this card shows that you might have already seen the new home already, or you might have already looked at it. I don't know if you've gone to a couple and maybe some didn't work out for you, but maybe maybe the sale didn't or won't go through. So I would review some of those homes that you liked and maybe check with the realtor again to see if, some of the deals caved in since you've looked at them. But this one card, means that it might be something you've already seen. So you may want to, like I say, review the homes that you've looked at and contact the realtors and see if the deals have gone through, if any of them didn't work your way. But it does show that you will find the home in a 2 to a 4. So 2 to 4 weeks to 2 to 4 months. That's not too bad. And remember, Jupiter is in Pisces, Katie. Jupiter is in Pisces. So you can't miss January to June. You just can't. You've waited 12 years for that. Okay. Hi, Kimberly. Okay. Let's see if I can get this. Christina, any messages from the universe for me, things I should be working on? Okay, let's pick these cards. Okay, your card is this one, and this one. These cards show a testing. They show some kind of testing going on. So I don't know if you have a test planned, but sometime in January through February, there could be some kind of test you take, or possibly a level of expertise that you're going up, because I do see you going upwards. So that could enhance career, or possibly a new business you want to get into, or a new idea that you get. So bye, Kathy. Good to see you. Good night. So it may, it may be something that you're working on right now, that you go up a step. Those cards mean a level enhanced. So it might be a goal or something that you have been looking on, and it's, you're going up a step. and that would be in the next couple months. All right, let's see. Oh, Nicole, you can probably see it on the rerun. However, Venus is in Capricorn, and that's very good for Cancer, so I'll give that to you. That's going to be until March 1st. So Venus is love, money, creativity, and that's making an opposition to your sign. So that's very, very good. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else? Rita, do you have a question? Okay, let's see. Is he learning? God, this is so hard to read. I'm sorry. I would like to know about help with my entrepreneuria services and work. Okay, let's do that. Alrighty, you have this card, Nicole. You have this card, Nicole. And you have this card, Nicole. And remember that Venus is making an opposition to your sign, so that's going to be until March 1st. Now, it will retrograde in the middle of that, but that's just testing you. Okay, these cards reveal that a lady could be helping you with something coming up. It may not be until the 1st of the year, but this looks much better with money situation. I don't know how the money's been, but this would be an enhancement. Now, you could again get tested between those dates, December 19th through the 29th, but that's when Venus will be retrograding. But whatever testing that you go through, if you handle it, exactly as you shouldn't have any problem. So after that retrograde, after the 29th of January, you still have another month to go, February, where things should straighten out. I think that you're going to possibly partner with another woman if you're not partnering now, and it looks like a great success, and you're adding more you're adding more tools to the fire, so to speak. So good luck, and let me know how that goes, because that Venus should really help you out very greatly. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. Muddy, I like my dad besides being a covert narcissist. Oops, missed it. Oh, you're welcome, Nicole. I love him, miss him, do not understand why he has no feelings left for his only daughter. Nobody can give these answers, but the divine, if you can feel. All right, well, let's take a crack at it. I don't know what your dad's name is, but we'll see what the universe has to say. See what spirit has to say. Okay, you have this card. You have this card. And you have this card. Okay. So, that would say that this is a very karmic situation, that you have been with the soul of your dad before, and you've come into this lifetime to correct it. You were supposed to be like a light beam for your dad. If he didn't get the message of divine love from you, that's his mess up, not yours. You were like a lamppost. You were supposed to be like a lamppost for your dad. And again, if he did not get that message, that's, he'll have to come back a couple more lifetimes to learn it. But you certainly came in and did what you were supposed to do. From these karmic, the karmic card, it says you don't need to come back again with this soul again. But he will have to come back to the earth plane to learn how to open his heart. But you did what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to come in and be the loving daughter, and that's what you did. So nobody can say that you were the cause, and you just go on with your life as it is. Bless him, namaste, and go on with your ride. And like I say, if he didn't get the message, that's his loss, not yours. I know it hurts, and I'm not saying it won't hurt, but it's definitely your dad's karma, not yours. And that's why we come in as souls, to support the familyhood. We come in as groups, and a lot of times our lights are a little bit more brighter than most souls' lights. So, we come in to teach lessons, we come in to learn lessons, and if you don't learn them, well then, you'll come back and learn them again. So it's just how many people want to take that ride, Oh, you're welcome, Christine. Hi, Kim. Anybody else with a question? You're welcome, Katie. Anybody else? Okay, I think that's it. I think we covered everybody. You're welcome, Nicole. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming to our Astro Monthly group. It's always a privilege to service you. And I'll be back next month. It'll be the first month of the new year. Yay, yippee. And we will do this again. So thank you so much for your patronage through the year, and happy holidays to all of you. And I hope to see some of you in person in Virginia Beach, if you can get down here. And remember, we like our news better because we use the sun, the moon, and the stars as our reporters. Namaste, aho, ashe, good night.